Hey everyone, I'll be doing a quick skill tree recommendation video, and I won't be explaining each and every ability because I assume that you've already taken a look at the tree yourself. But I will explain why I think certain abilities that I took are important, and I'll tell you which I thought weren't as impactful and I kind of regret getting. Alright, so firstly, the first thing that you should prioritize before anything else is to definitely focus on your technology tree, because this does not rely whatsoever on your doses, which is what Z Zone uses to uh, level the different trees, the melee, firearm, or physical trees. Now, the first point, I would highly recommend speccing a point into bullet time. Now, the reason for this, as per my playstyle, is because the compound crossbow is very weak in close combat. So when a stronger Z gets in close to you and you just need some space, that short 0.5 seconds of time that the roll gives you is actually enough for you to quickly swap into an automatic weapon or a shotgun in your inventory. So the slower your reaction time is, I would say the more points that you should pump into this. But 1 point into bullet time is more than enough for me. Now, the next point, I would recommend either putting an early point into rolling distance, stamina recovery, or weapon maintenance. Naturally, you want your weapons to last longer. You want your stamina to come back faster, allows you to kite, allows you to mine, chop wood, do everything quicker. And yeah, rolling distance is, I think, one of the more impactful talents because you just get more distance for the stamina that you use. Now, onto the firearms themselves. I'm sure you've noticed how I have a few points in critical hit, but I don't recommend that you level this that quickly. I would suggest going for one of the reload traits instead. So maybe tactical reload at first, especially when you're using shotguns or revolvers, or magazine reloads. I believe fast reloader is for the revolver actually. This one is more for shotgun. And this is for most magazine weapons. And then you can spec into either of these depending on which one you prefer. And do not take fast drawing. I don't use the bow at all anymore because the compound crossbow is just much better. And I don't use a bow ever for now. So yeah, I will not recommend this. I kind of wish I could get a refund on this ability. And then I take critical damage because you want to be able to burst down Zs as quickly as possible, and increasing that chance is, I believe, quite important. Now, for the most part, I just took this to see how much effect it would have, and I can't really seem to hit a certain melee damage breakpoint, so I haven't experimented a lot with this. But I don't think that attack rate is particularly necessary since you can kind of charge and hold up your melee weapon. This isn't necessary as well. As long as you space yourself properly, you don't really need stamina consumption. I actually believe that the best investment of your raid dosages are actually in the grapple, because the grapple hook is really strong. You can essentially stun enemies and single them out. If the horde is too large, use the grappling hook to run away. And so I would recommend a longer range on the grappling hook. And this is where I would swing most of my points in the raid tree. Once these two are done, this is completely optional, the stamina consumption. I just took a point to see how effective it will be. And I think it's alright. I think I would suggest maxing out the range and then perhaps maxing out the melee damage. However, most of my points will instead go to the physical tree or the firearm tree. Yeah, and for the CAS, I have tried it. It's very reminiscent of the VAT system in Fallout. If you prefer that kind of gameplay, if you like bullet time, then I would recommend, doing this instead. But I found that for efficiency's sake, the grappling hook is much better, and it's has a wider array of uses in various situations.